Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Citizen Sleeper. When last we left off, we figured out what the heck a sleeper was. It seems like we are a copy of a mind that has long been lost at this point, or long been taken away by a corporation. And now we're on the run with a body that is also theirs, a robotic body. And we're on this space station, this ring called the Eye, and just trying to figure out how to survive. So, I'm thinking we've got a lot of different potential avenues to take here, a lot of different drives. But we're gonna go ahead and start, I think, since we just have to wait for Sabine to find the stabilizer, I think we're gonna switch over to Repaint Dragos and see if we can't do that. But we are starving, so we should probably take a stop first at Emphasis stall to get some food. But I think we'll do that after we deal with this crazy dream we're having. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparks with glittering lights like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, then leaping off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops, that it seems almost impossible to parse, but you begin to try. Let's focus on the threads. There are more threads than you can count. You choose one that passes nearby and approach it. As you inspect it, you understand why you instinctively chose the word thread. When you first saw them, they are not single lines, but rough, fuzzy things woven from data strings of all kinds. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that instant, tugging again, pulling at you, you look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions, as if they are tied around you. Let's go for the first one. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. Oh god. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something. A sphere, shimmering above a strange, angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam. Testing you. Tasting you. You open your eyes. Time is short. Yikes. Okay, good rolls today, though. We have a 6 and a 5. So I think this will be good for us. Okay, so we got hunted. Someone's out there tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long till they arrive. Okay. Let's go ahead and leave. I think we'll start with food. Tutorial the cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the Eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches, where while you can use dice and items to access systems and extract, while in the data cloud, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the I button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. Okay. Well, that's cool. Oh. So, what's keynode? A lone connection feeds into this isolated node. Its last access timestamp is 1,000 cycles ago. So, data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the Eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your die to the one displayed on the right of the action. Oh, interesting. So we would need a 1 to actually access this one. If you have a 1 or a 2 modifier on the interface skill, you'll be given more possible dice to match. Oh, I guess we need a 3. So if you have one or two modifier on the interface skill, you'll be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. So that's cool. We don't have a 3 or a 1, but that's where our interface skill is going to be key here. It's actually going to help us get something. What about over here? Have an Age agent. A Have an Age member is broadcasting on the open network from here. Have an Age? Yeah. Haven Age? Haven Age. Leaving them open to data extraction. Cool, cool. What is this one? Slot Solheim Cipher. This gate conceals a network of systems which have been untouched since the Solheim collapse. So we have to have a Solheim Cipher in order to access that one. There's another key node. So again, a 3 or a 2. This node is orbited by the remains of a corporate countermeasure broken long ago by hackers. This is so cool. So it's not necessarily a bad thing to get a 1 here, because we could utilize that to access one of these key nodes instead, and not actually end up hurting ourselves by using that and risking it on like the shipyard stuff. Alright, emphasis stall. Let's do this. Order fungus. Cryo. There we go. Emphasis spice fungus is one of the few things potent enough to stimulate your limited taste sensors. It's incredible stuff. Fungus fan. Emphasis doesn't trust people easily, but he notices his regular customers in his own quiet way. Alright. Neutral outcome. Plus energy, plus fungus fan, and then we got a negative... Oh, we minus cryo. That's what it was. I wish that would stay up a little bit longer. I wonder if there's a way I could change that scroll speed. I don't know if that's going to... Scene text size. I don't think that's going to change anything there. I think that's just for the text when we're reading through all of that. I mean, I might as well change it, because I read slowly anyway. Okay, so let's go ahead and leave. Oh, it's a repeatable action, so if we wanted to, we could come back and buy more so that we're not starving. We'll see how the day goes, you know? We're waiting for that to happen. Waiting for these to happen. We could figure out what's in the old dock terminal, but it's dangerous and risky. We do have a steel dock plans. We do have an absolute success here if we wanted to. Haven Age security. Have to have plans. Stealing them would be the fastest way to get to know the place and the most dangerous. I kind of want to do this. Can I input? There we go. 100% positive. Let's try it. Crazy. We're going straight for stealing dock plans. Positive outcome. We completely did dock watcher. So getting to know the rotunda doesn't mean new places to visit. It doesn't just mean new places to visit. It means keeping your eye on new arrivals too. So that means that we now have... We're going to have other things to look at. Sealed dock, Solheim docking bay, stranded mercenary, Ankita? Did I say that right? Ankita. An overlooked bar, grimy spacer haunt. Let's see what this is about. Ankita. Hey you! Wanna earn a chit? Ankita stands beside a huge pile of tied together hull plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. Sure, make it two. I'll go sure. You cross the docking concourse as she begins to split the plating into two bundles. What is it with this place? She asks as she lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. She straightens up to an imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and looks you up and down. Don't try anything, all right? She taps the butt of her sidearm. I don't want to have to put anyone else down today. Anyone else? She shrugs. What can I say? My temper's a little short lately. Ankita hoists one bundle of plating onto her shoulder. Come on then, enough chat. You gotta earn that shit. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. Ankita gives you a look. Ship's this way, and she sets off down a gantry at an impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores? Small crowd of stevedores. Okay. What's all this for? Oh, this? She nods at the plates on her back. I'm building a treehouse. She gives you another of her looks. It's for the ambergris. That cutter you might... Ambergris. Yeah, it's for the ambergris. That cutter you might have seen sitting silent out there. She rapidly turns another corner as you trail behind her. She got cut up pretty bad on our last job, and I had to moor up here for a spell. But since then, it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the core from our ship mind. So now she's gone dark. She shifts the panels on her shoulder. The upshot is that I'm short one ship mind, with a ton of repairs to do. And the rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind that I've been stranded. So yeah, it's been a time. Sorry to hear it. Yeah, I've seen worse, but I'm bleeding chits every cycle here, so I need to get off, and fast. Ankita swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me. She hauls the second bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I've met here who might actually be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. She passes the bundles of plates through the ambergris's outer lock and then turns back. Just don't go spreading all this around. Ankita throws you a couple of chits. Consider it a bonus for not trying to grift me. I just realized I think I know what ambergris is. I think it's, oh gosh, it's like whale something. Whale saliva? Whale, might be whale sperm. I'm not sure. It's like you can harvest it. It like floats in the ocean. I think that's what it is. I'm trying to remember. But it floats in the ocean, and it can be used for a whole bunch of different purposes. So that's really interesting. I'll have to double check what ambergris is. Consider a bonus for not trying to grift me. She gives you a parting nod and ducks through the doorway. Alright, get out of here, she calls back, and the lock slams shut. Well, that's good. I didn't have to even spend anything for that. New drive discovered, which is fix the ambergris. Help her get it running again, but if we build a ship mine, we can possibly sell it to her, so that might be a good thing no matter what. Sealed dock, overlook bar, dock C4, Dragos's yard. Does the shipyard have anything? It does. Oh, that's right. We were looking at this already. Assist a shipbuilder. Okay. So, let's go ahead and... I think we'll just work at Dragos's yard and try to get this back in business thing working here. I think we'll go for risky. 50% positive, 50% neutral. Risky, I think at neutral we still... No, it's only a danger level that we have an extra problem. Is there a way that there's no option, there's no tutorial menu, unfortunately. I was like wanting to go back and just remember how everything works, but it doesn't seem like we get that. Okay, hull dissection. Even the rustiest hull can hide valuable components. Let's go ahead and start this action. Alright, neutral outcome. Back in business, 15 cryo. Okay, and let's try this one. Potential negative outcome. Let's see if our luck will change here. My God, we literally are having a negative outcome every time. We are either we're the luckiest unlucky person, because that's only a 25% chance, and like I totally did not do well in statistics in college, but I'm pretty sure the likelihood of that coming up so many times in a row, that's not good. We got some bad juju working against us here. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be starving if we go to bed with only 2 of our hunger level here. So I'm thinking, let's go ahead. We got no upgrade points yet. I want upgrade points. Let's go ahead and go back and eat. That way we can start off the day with more energy, hopefully. Neutral outcome. God, I didn't even think that would have an outcome of any kind. But we got full We're full. We got full health. Not full health, sorry. We've got full hunger. And we're done with the day. So let's go ahead and end this cycle. See what happens. This is a really simple interface, but it's really intriguing. Okay, so it was 2. Oh, we got 1, 1, and 3. So this actually is where we can use those 1s to start hacking stuff. We got 1 tick on the hunted bar there. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up. Turn. Fang. Fang is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? He grins. You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it old Erlen said? The eye opens for us all? Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. We? You pass together into the main walkway. Haven Age, where we are all one dysfunctional family. Fang puts an arm around you. I'm not part of the security branch, though. Don't worry. I'm with the systems. Haven Age? Think of us as an administrative association for the Eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerged as a response to or a continuation of Andrei Erlen's original union. He smiles. Personally, I avoid the topic. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity, and well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a small proposition for you. He glances around. But this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or 2 to prepare. Then, when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. Okay, interesting. A couple of cycles it is. I think let's go for this keynote here, because we know we got a 1 to match it. Access protocols. Let's bypass. And extract the data. 1 encrypted key. So is that what we needed? Is that what we needed over here for, where was it? I thought I saw something. Haven Age agent? No? Oops. There was, oh, here it is. No, we need a Solheim cipher for that. But we have an encrypted key in our data. Keynotes. Let's try the Haven Age agent and see what that's about. Oh, we need a 3 or a 1. Or we need a 3 or a 2. I don't really want to use my 3, because I think I'm going to use that to work. What about Yatagan agent? We could use a 1 here. Some gang enforcer implants are chirping out comm signals. Time to see what they are talking about. Let's bypass it. Okay, neutral outcome, Yatagan data. Data extracted. A data cache skimmed from Yatagan hardware. Okay, so these are kind of, I imagine that these are what we can plug into some of these things in order to actually do something with some of these nodes. The cloud. Okay. In the data ghost of the eye. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread strung tight around you. It tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver. Its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape's at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown. Astringent. Processing. Should I resist or stay still? Let's stay still. Oh boy, that's terrifying. Please hold. The thread around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for a moment, and then it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What are you? The shape paces around you on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity, identify. Origin, serial, cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. I don't understand. Sentence, questionable. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature, of and not of. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head, thick, snaking vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent. Stop! The figure halts in its threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I'm a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste. The one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed dock? An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. I guess I'm going to strike it. You lash out with all your force, not a physical strike, but a focusing, a spike of interference leaping out like the tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. Wake up. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking with fear. Oh, intense. Oh, man. This is crazy. So it's kind of like, oh God, I'm trying to think of a reference that, like, I know that there's so many different movies and things where, like if you're, it's kind of like Freddy Krueger in our dreams almost. We're having some issues dealing with them here. All right, so we've got the exchange here. We can play the exchange. Flow of chits and components in exchange is complex, but a sharp eye and some tight trades can net you a good margin. So trying to become a trusted trader. So that could mean, oh, an old ship mine fabrication stack in the back of the market. Oh, that could help us with the build a ship mine option. Input 1 scrap components. We don't even actually have scrap components yet. So I think best thing to do is probably to go back. Here's the sealed dock. Oh, we've got a key for it. We can unlock the maglock. These old maglocks look like they each need an encrypted key to open. Why the heavy security for a decaying dock? So I need 2 maglocks to seal the entryway to the dock. It doesn't look like anyone has been inside in years. To seal the entryway. Okay. Alright, maglock 1, unsealing the dock. Okay, so we need 1 more in order to actually unlock that one. That's cool. Okay, Drago's Yard. A debt called in. I want to try to get this done before the debt comes in. So I think, oh God, if I do this though, we're gonna have 50-50 chance here. Whereas this one, I keep getting the negative. I'm gonna just go for it again. Our luck has to change eventually. Neutral outcome, thank you. Back in business. 15 cryo, so we got some there. Alright, action complete. Let's go and leave. We need to deal with the fading thing, which I think is actually part of this part here, Sabine's surgery. So I'm going to need to deal with that in order to actually get more dice to use. But for the meantime, let's go and end this cycle. I think, actually, before I end the cycle, is there anything else I could do? We already tried this. That takes stuff. We could spend money and get more food, but I think we're going to be okay, in theory. Sealed dock's not going to do anything. Overlook bar. We could take a look at this. Get a drink. If you're unsure if your frame can metabolize alcohol. You're unsure if your frame can metabolize alcohol, but this fungal drink fermented along the green way seems like a good test. So if you become an Overlook regular, you can gain the trust of the people around there, or we could buy rations. Tala keeps some expired Stolheim rations behind the bar. Oh, sorry, Solheim. For those weary spacers who ask why the Overlook doesn't serve food. 10 cryo, and we get rations. I don't know. I mean, I'll give it a shot, because I don't know if that's going to be an immediate food thing or not. Or if that's later. Okay, so it is an immediate food thing. Okay. That's annoying, because it's kind of like I could have just gone back to the mushroom guy, which I like. But I think he might cost more. Actually, let's double check that. Does he cost more? Yeah, he costs 15 technically. Alright. All things said and done, let's go ahead and end the cycle. Okay. Pretty good rolls, actually. Alright. 2 steps and hunted. I'm thinking, let's go ahead and, probably... Ooh, what is this? Oh, this is Fang. Okay. I think I probably want to spend most of my time in Dragos' yard to try and do this before the inevitable, and... Ooh, and we've got a scrap freighter in here. Well, now I want to check this out. Let's see here. We can unload containers, which will pay, but we have a negative to endure, which is gonna not help us when we got danger there. Offloading scrap. We've got a scrap allowance. Buy some scrap. Most of what comes in from the starboard belt is corroded trash, but sometimes something valuable can be found amongst the salvage. If I input 20 cryo, I could get scrap, I guess. I'm trying to think where I could use scrap. I think I just saw scrap. Oh, I could use it in the market. Big stuff goes to the shipyard, the valuable stuff to marketers. Let's go ahead and just give this a try. Nope. We got plus scrap. Wait. Was that a good thing? I missed. I missed whether it said it was a good thing or not. But I guess this might just be that I will not be able to do this until, or I'll be done with this once I've done it 3 times. But I don't have a lot of money to just spend on that, so I'm just going to take the 1 piece of scrap I've got. I'm going to go talk to Fang first. Sleeper! Fang catches your attention as you approach the Haven Age building, leaning against a bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easier to come this way. Security and all that. He gives you a look. You know. He slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Fang inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates, and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There is a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Fang leans on a server stack and gestures around you. You like it? It's incredible. He smiles widely. I thought you'd say that. He taps a nearby server stack, which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over to a towering block speckled with vents. Some of these systems are built from the original station, AE-1, the one Solheim built. We've had to invent new components, repair things we've never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they are seeing a concrete reality. But this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We are keeping this place alive, but also we're making it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines. They hum all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections. You can, can't you? I can see it. It makes sense, right? You're between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Fang notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though. They are tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see, access protocols lost to time and decay, secrets. A shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place. Break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Haven Age, there is old growth. Those whose roots trace back into those old bad days. You can help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. He winks. What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in. Feng pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Feng passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate, and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's there. Let's get a picture on how things are. Those above? He nods at the ceiling. I have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper, and I'll see you soon. You step, blinking back out into the passage, those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. Well, that's cool, and we know where we can use that. That'll be over here at this thing, right? Yep, Solheim Cipher. This gate conceals a network of systems which have been untouched since the Solheim collapse. Alright, so gate S7 access, -1 Solheim Cipher. With a squawk of noise, the old gate flips open, granting access. Okay. So does that mean... So that must be all in sleeper mode. Solheim node, Solheim node. We can do a 2 here. This network storage holds corporate records, most of them corrupted by a failed system purge. Let's go ahead and go for this. Yeah. Okay, extract the data. Perk transfer intercept, fly to Cairo. And we got Solheim data. Okay, Solheim data. Hunter's after us now because we got one tick on the board there. Can we bring it back to him for free? Not for free. Deliver data. Feng will pay you for any Solheim data you dredge from the Eye's old systems. What he does with it is anyone's guess. Start the action. Feng wants to look at what data is hidden in the Eye. 5 cryo, scoping the systems, Solheim data removed. Okay, cool. I think let's go ahead and focus the remainder of our efforts on working the yard for today. Because I really want to do this before the debt is called in. I think we'll go for risky. Yeah. Even the rustiest hole can hide valuable components. Please! Be successful! Positive outcome. Back in business. 15 cryo. We just did it. This is awesome. So back in business is done. Every salvager knows they are always just one lucky haul away from their next payday. Okay. So is that done then? I guess so, huh? Dragos. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast, dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge, and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, ain't she? Dragos stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it's lowered into the yard. She is. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what's become of its crew. What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. No, I mean, what happened to the ship? Not my concern, he shrugs. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hulk, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar faction. locked inside that container, the wreck of the Asin Arp freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered? Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Dragos squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think? Do you think the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side, Winter Light. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. We got an upgrade point because we completed a drive. That's what it is. Cool. New drive discovered plus drive. Okay, tutorial, character, and upgrades. You've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend in upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button at the top right of the screen. Continue. Okay, so where do we want to go with this? So is that costs 2. Can we upgrade? This looks like I'm upgrading their skills, but can I upgrade the points here? Oh wait, back. Okay, so we got engineer, which is what we've been working with. We've got engage, intuit, and endure. But we've got a negative to endure, so it's probably not really what we're going for anyway. Okay, I think that a +1 gives us whatever this is. So it's literally like you're at a 0, you're at a +1, which gives you this skill, or you're at a +2, which needs 2 upgrade points in order to get this skill, maybe. 1 upgrade point gets you this skill and that. 2 upgrade points get you the skill. 3 upgrade points gives you the +2. I think that's how that's working. Okay, so do we want to do efficient extractor, a chance to gain random scrap item from engineer actions, which would be really useful. We could do predictive reasoning. Dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes. Dice actions display potential positive and negative outcome. Oh, interesting. That could be useful. I think that goes for any dice actions, not just intuit ones. And then we've got engage. Thrill seeker, chance to gain energy after any engage action. Okay. Or we can get rid of our -1 here. I'm thinking, oh god, random scrap would be good. Identifying what the positive and negative outcomes would be good, but I think we can probably get that one a little bit later. I think let's go for the engineer one first. Okay. Okay, so it is separate. So we don't get a +1 yet, but we're going to gain the extra scrap, and then we could choose to do this one when we get another upgrade point. So that's really cool, because it seems like every single one is going to give us a different, or just going to give us one of those upgrades. So we've got a lot of different ways to get upgrades right now. Let's see here. Repair the ship's hull. So this one's ready to go. Let's do this. The first thing you see on entering is the glint of Toshiro's implants like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods to you as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark and you push through the sheeting to the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with the case open in front of them, a set of files lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how Yatagan. They trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. I'm the test case? That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains, which acts as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. In very basic terms, yes, they sigh. Look, what matters here is that the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Okay, let's do it. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe, and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection but with little response. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears, encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? Yes. The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yatagan acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more, but you are going to have to do that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients. Sorry. Sabine nods toward the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room as they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Sabine? Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Crazy. So what does that do for me? I can input... Oh, it's 100 cryo. Wow. Okay. I'm stable now. Okay, so I'm good now, but if I'm lower again, I'm going to need to go back, and I need to have 100 cryo for that. Good to know. So I'm wondering, Ord Exchange, can I sell components? See what happens here. They're always hungry for new hardware to buy, break down, and sell off, and you're happy to supply it. What do we get for this? 12 cryo, and 1 to the trusted trader. Cool. We've got this risky thing. See, if I had gone, if I had gone the Intuit route, I would just need 1 more, and then I could have a bonus here. Let's see here. What do I want to do with my last bit here? My 3. Do I want to buy more scrap? I mean, I got some extra creds, so I guess let's go ahead and buy the scrap. So, scrap allowance. So I can only get 3 scrap allowance, I guess. Let's try working on the ambergris, because I don't think I want to go to Dragos' yard just yet. I think I want to try out the ambergris. And this dock, that's just that there's going to be something like this here. So I don't think there's any point in doing that. Don't really think I want to try drinking just yet. And I don't have anything for the sealed dock, so I think we're just going to see if the ambergris can utilize us. Okay, so risky, bad, interface +1, but danger. So 3 means that we're going to be risking a lot here. Oh, well no, because it just bumps up to 4. Same thing. I think I'd rather come back with a 5 or something. or a 4 and come back with that. And Kita has a couple of glitched repair drones in storage. If you can rewire them, you can repair the ambergris. They can repair the ambergris for you. So we've got ship shape and grounded, two different things to go off of here. The ambergris doesn't look good, but time and attention should see it return to functional state. And then there's also grounded, which is the ambergris is in a delicate condition. It can be all too easy to push it over to collapsing. Okay, so that would be positive and negative. So we want to make sure that we're doing only the positives, not the negatives. But there's less negatives, which means that we're going to have to really work hard to make this be better. So amber hull repairs, and Kita needs all the help she can get with the ambergris pockmarked with damage. The hull is a good place to start. Let's see if we can't do this right. Neutral outcome. Oh, thank goodness. +1 ship shape. Cool. Alright. Let's go and leave. I think we're good there. I think we can go ahead and exchange our scrap components. Uh, 12 cryo, trusted trader. Yeah, if we can get that, then we can build that ship thing, which I'm thinking she's going to want us to do. So I think we'll probably go for that. Go pushing that. Dragos' yard. Dragos' nerve. Dragos seems increasingly nervous about your presence in the yard. You're not sure he's going to hold his nerve much longer. Oh, interesting. Okay. Then there's the winter light and yard clearance. History or no, the ship is salvage, as Dragos always says, break it down or move on. And then the winter light, the wrecked cutter Dragos has brought in to salvage has a history to discover if you're curious, which is kind of what I would like to go for. But this is safe, so I think if we can... It seems like we're going to be doing one or the other, because let's see, that would be 4. Yeah, we're going to not have enough to do both. So we're either going to be finding out the secrets or cutting it. I'm thinking we're probably going to go for finding out the secrets, honestly. And I think we're going to go ahead and end this cycle. Yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and leave you there for today. If you would like to see what comes next in the series, or want to see any of the other things that are happening on the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to be notified of new videos, like this video so it shows up in the YouTube algorithms, and as always, folks, I will see you in the next game.